What if I told you that just 12 minutes could completely transform the way you see yourself, act in the world, and unlock a power you've had within you all along? This isn't hype. This is the truth about self-confidence. Imagine waking up every morning feeling unstoppable, making decisions based on what you truly want, not what others expect from you. Today, I'm going to show you how you can change your confidence forever in ways you never thought possible. And it starts right now. If you're passionate about building the best version of yourself, make sure you subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and hit that bell so you never miss a single breakthrough that could change your life. Let's get real for a second. Picture yourself decades from now, maybe 70, 80, even 100 years old, looking back on your life. Will you be satisfied, or will you feel regret for not having seized your moments? Regret isn't just an emotion, it's the shadow of chances we didn't take, dreams we let fade because fear of judgment held us hostage. How often have you settled for less, just because someone else's opinion seemed louder than your own desires? Here's a truth most people miss. We spend so much of our limited time on this earth letting the weight of other people's opinions smother our own. We let a single negative comment, a sideways glance, or a family member's skepticism freeze us where we stand. But our lives are a precious, tiny sliver in the grand timeline of the universe. We weren't here for millions of years, and after we're gone, we're gone. But right here, right now, is your chance to squeeze every drop out of life's orange. Doesn't that deserve your full self-confidence, not fear? The secret isn't some complicated formula or years of study. It's not about digging through mounds of science on risk-taking and courage. I've done that work, so you don't have to. The answer is deceptively simple. It's about acting in the 5 seconds after you feel that uncomfortable urge to change. The window between realizing you could do something that scares you and talking yourself out of it is razor thin. But if you move in those moments, if you act, you flip the script. Self-confidence is built right there. Do you realize how many of our daily actions are driven by fear rather than ambition? Why do you go to the gym? Is it because you want to be stronger, healthier, more powerful? Or because you're afraid of losing someone, afraid that you won't fit in? Why do you push yourself at your job? Is it to fulfill your purpose or just to avoid being replaced? If everything you do comes from a place of fear, you'll only go as far as your fear will push you. But if you start making decisions from a place of real confidence, there's no limit but your own ambition. If you're finding value in this message, hit that like button. Comment below about the biggest thing you want to change in your life this year. Let's build this community of growth and transformation together. Now, here's a brutal truth. Shouting affirmations at yourself in the mirror won't make you truly confident. That's fake. It may make you feel better for a moment, but it won't last. Real self-confidence is built by stacking up undeniable proof, day after day, that you are exactly who you say you are. It's built in the hours, the years, the sometimes decades that you pour into becoming the person you want to be, especially when nobody's watching. Back when I struggled with insecurity, I would tell people what they wanted to hear, hoping for approval. But as I started putting in the work, really showing up for myself, no shortcuts, I realized something incredible. Self-confidence became my foundation. I didn't have to seek validation from others. I knew who I was, and I carried that wherever I went. It isn't something you can hang on a wall or wear around your neck. It's a feeling deep in your heart, glowing even when the circumstances seem against you. You see, true self-confidence comes from within. You don't get a trophy or someone to boost your mood for you when you achieve something. You generate those feelings yourself. And here's something most people don't talk about. Confidence isn't loud. It's not about being the most outgoing person in the room. It's not about pretending. It's about inner alignment. It's about walking into a situation knowing you can handle whatever comes your way. Not because you think you're special, but because you've built evidence that you always show up, even when it's hard. The process is self-propelling. Every time you push a little past where you're comfortable, every time you achieve a new milestone, no matter how small, you create energy in your brain. Science proves it. Each win, each tiny step, creates momentum for the next. Your brain rewards you for growth, but it all starts with your thoughts. Every action begins in your mind. If you talk yourself down, if you let self-doubt seep in, you won't even try. But if you speak possibility into existence, if your thoughts create action, actions become habits, and habits over time create character. And that character shapes your destiny. Look at your daily actions. Are you living like the person you want to become? Or cutting corners, even when nobody's watching? Are you setting standards that others would admire, or barely getting by when left to your own devices? Changing these small habits, setting a higher standard, talking yourself up, not down. This is the internal rewiring that transforms a lack of self-confidence into unshakable belief in yourself. Let's go deeper. Think about the way you talk to yourself. Would you ever speak to someone you love the way you speak to yourself? Would you tear them down, tell them they're not good enough, constantly point out their flaws? Of course not. Yet you speak to yourself in ways you'd never dare speak to anyone else. That's the first identity shift. Treat yourself like someone worth believing in. Self-confidence grows when your internal voice becomes a coach, not a critic. If you're still with me at this point, make sure you've hit subscribe, drop a like, and add your voice in the comments. Your perspective matters, and every interaction fuels this incredible community. When you start to change your habits and your self-talk, your identity follows. You start to understand no material thing will ever fix you. There's wisdom in not chasing a car, a job title, or the approval of others as the solution to unhappiness. Because if you get everything you thought you wanted, wealth, success, recognition, and you're still unhappy, it forces you to look inward. That's the journey that matters. Think about a GPS. When you miss a turn, it doesn't berate you. It calmly reroutes and gives you a new path to your destination. Life is the same. Setbacks, heartbreaks, failures, they're all redirection, not the end of the road. Often, the confidence you need is simply the courage to reroute, not give up. And here's something powerful. Embarrassment is an underexplored emotion. Most people run from embarrassment like it's deadly. But the truth, embarrassment is a sign that you're trying. It means you're stepping beyond your comfort zone, attempting things most people are too afraid to attempt. You don't build confidence by staying safe. You build it by surviving moments that make you cringe a little. Want to grow faster? Go embarrass yourself a bit. Take a risk. Post the content. Apply for the job. Ask the question. Put yourself in situations where failure is possible. And watch how quickly your confidence expands. Doubt? is a waste of time. Whether you succeed or fail, you're still going to get up the next day and keep moving. So instead of wasting energy on uncertainty, just act. Control what you can, give your best, and let the results follow. If you train yourself to keep showing up, eventually your best self will have the time and the space to flourish, just as much, if not more than, your old, anxious self. Here's another truth. You can learn almost anything in 2 weeks if you focus on what's essential. People overestimate the time required to change and underestimate the power of focused effort. Don't get stuck thinking you need to master everything at once. Take action. Learn by doing. And only look up what you need when you need it. This is how confidence grows. By stacking small victories, each one proof against doubt. Let me add this. Never let criticism from people you wouldn't seek advice from block your path. Most of the voices holding you back don't matter, and certainly don't deserve to be the deciding vote in your life. Let go of self-limiting beliefs. Stop listening to those who aren't even in the arena with you. The loudest critics are often the ones too scared to take risks themselves. Self-confidence is the foundation on which every accomplishment is built. When you trust yourself enough to act, to keep going, and to believe that your hard work matters, you become unstoppable. And here's the final piece. Confidence grows in quiet consistency, not in loud declarations, not in pretending, but in the small, patient, repetitive choices you make when no one is watching. It grows when you do the right thing, even when it's boring. When you show up to the gym on the days you don't feel like it. When you choose growth over comfort. When you follow through on promises you make to yourself. Because confidence is not a gift, it's proof. Proof that you are who you say you are. Proof that you can rely on yourself. Proof that you don't quit on your vision. If you want even more insights and motivation to keep leveling up every day, check out the next videos from the Growth Mindset Project and make sure you hit the bell so you never miss another chance to change your life 12 minutes at a time. Your confidence starts now.